Most people want to avoid creeper explosions, but I want to make the biggest creeper explosion ever. I want to change Minecraft's internal code to make it so creepers explode 1,000,000 blocks. Without crashing my computer, of course. So I'm going to take a simple creeper explosion that can barely explode a dirt hut and make it stronger and stronger, and see if I can make it strong enough so that we can blow up this mountain right here by exploding a single creeper. But to know if we exploded 1,000,000 blocks, we need to know how many blocks a creeper explosion destroys. To do that, I made it so every time a creeper explodes, it tells me how many blocks were destroyed. And it looks like it's around 80 blocks. But this number depends on the explosion resistance of the blocks surrounding the explosion. For example, stone is a lot less than dirt. Keep this in mind because it will be important later. So let's get this dirt hut out of the checklist. But obviously, this type of explosion won't work for what we have planned. We need to make the explosions a lot bigger. And looking at the creeper code, I found this property that defines the radius of the creeper explosion. So I made a command so I can change it to any value I want. Let me set it to 6. I think that's around what a charged creeper has. So we're still in vanilla territory, but let's see how much bigger it is than a normal creeper. And with that little change, we now destroyed 280 blocks. That should be more than enough to destroy a house, so let's get the second item off our checklist. And you might be thinking, okay, so that's it. Just keep upping that number until we blow up a mountain. And that's what I thought at first too, but unfortunately that doesn't work. Let me show you. Here I am in a super flat world, so we can see the explosions better. And I set the blast radius to 6. Okay, so that's it. Now let's set it to 12. Okay, that's bigger. Now let's set it to, let's say, 50. Okay, that's a lot bigger, but we still start seeing these weird square explosions. Now let's set it to 100. This is the 100 explosion, this is the 50 explosion. And they don't look different at all, really. And this happens even if we make it bigger. So let's say 200 right here. Here we can see the 3 explosions with 200 radius, 100 and 50. They look almost the same. And this happens because Minecraft uses a predefined set of rays to decide which blocks are going to explode. And the solution is pretty simple. Just create more rays, which unfortunately makes it a lot slower. So I had to do some optimizations on top of that, and I probably did it in the dumbest way possible, but I finally made it work. So here's the result. The next structure in our checklist is an outpost. So I found this one. I think 30 should be enough to destroy this one, so let's try it out. I mean, there's some blocks here and there, but I think this isn't an outpost anymore. Look at this. I wonder how many blocks it explodes if I blow it up here. 6,600. That's quite a bit, but I think we need a lot more if we want to explode 1,000,000 blocks. But look, you can see the rays coming out of the explosion right here. I think we can blow up this pyramid with the same radius, so let's try it. Oops. Holy. I didn't expect that at all. There's a lot of explosions because of the TNT, but wow. I didn't expect that to happen. Okay, next one on the checklist is a village. I found this one right here, And I don't know what radius to use. I'm gonna do something like 70. Let's see what happens. Okay. There were some houses spared. I mean, it still got hit a little bit. Look at the church. I mean, it's still standing. Now, those are some big explosions. But that village explosion didn't even explode 50,000 blocks. How are we gonna explode 1,000,000 blocks? So, remember that I said that every block has its own explosion resistance? I added a command so we can set the explosion resistance of every block to be the same as dirt. This makes it so we can explode a lot more blocks than normally. Here's an example of two explosions with the same radius, but with this change apply versus not. As you can see, with the normal block resistance, we only explode 6,000 blocks, but using this change, we explode up to 20,000 blocks. And that's the last change we need to explode 1,000,000 blocks and destroy this mountain. So, here's the explosion. Enjoy.